It's pretty easy. I have the worst technical difficulties with this shit though.
Okay.
Last episode I had Andrew's microphone backwards. The episode before that, this was too close, so like you saw me the entire time. I wanted you talking on camera. I mean, it's fucking bad. I need to, and so like this one, I think I got it right. It's like I can't unless I just completely reach over, and you can see yourself there.
Okay.
So do you see my hand?
No.
Good.
No, you're good.
So before I had the cameras, and I was like here.
Oh, okay. So you're getting all up in there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny.
Oh, I think these are gonna break too.
Dude, what's up with the No Shoes Nation?
Oh yeah, it's just a flag. It's a Kenny Chesney. It's a flag I had that before the walls were just white, and it looked terrible.
Fair enough.
So like I have all this like chaotic stuff behind me. The baby head.
I'm a big fan.
The baby head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
love it. This thing. Oh, get this. So you know when you go into your pictures on your phone.
Yeah.
And I'll just pull it up. And it kind of says like, oh, these are people who are in, like commonly in your pictures.
Oh, that's hilarious.
The baby head they recognize as a person. And when I click on the baby head,
what does it register as?
It registers as person, 44 photos, and they're all videos from this. It's in majority of my camera roll. They recognize this. It's the number 3 person in my camera roll besides me.
That's fucking wild. Dude, that shows how often you're podcasting. How often you do this?
Every Friday I get one done because I want to do one a week for now. I want to get 2 a week, but it's just tough with
editing.
Not so much editing, but like just conflicting schedules with people and then other work stuff, and just like I don't have time. I want to do like 2 to 3 a week, but I can't. Pull that a little closer to you.
All right.
There we go.
Right here? Is it registering me now?
Yeah, it's fine. Turn your body so you look at this. There you go.
Okay, all right, dude, I gotcha.
Now you got it.
Dude, you're lucky you got me on a good day. This is like the one day off I have every like 4
I was
months.
shocked because the last 2 weeks have been terrible about getting guests on here. I've just since I got back from Colorado, I just said,
yo, when'd you go?
2 weeks ago I was there.
Dude, I went there at the last week in May.
Same. So like the 28th, like Memorial Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there too. We went up to, it was my buddy Connor's birthday, and then we went up to his cabin in Winter Park.
Okay, we were in Breckenridge.
Okay. I don't know how far they are apart, but I guess.
No, I was there for the powerlifting nationals. We were there with a bunch of kids, and we had off one day, so we like all 5 coaches just got in the car and drove up to Breckenridge. That's cool as shit.
Oh, you're coaching powerlifting now. Okay.
Yeah.
How is that coaching high schoolers?
It's high schoolers. What sucks is I don't get I used to like it a lot more because I actually get around and like interact with the kids, but now I straight up just show to the meets. So they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Every single time. I mean, I coach with Mikey though, and they think he's like the scourge of the earth. So.
Good Lord. Of all people to look up to. Okay.
Yeah, he tells them every year, he's like, yeah, I'm the kind of guy you don't want to live your life after.
I get that though, because I would occasionally show up to the the high school lacrosse games here, because I was coaching youth, which I've said so many times on here now. But I would try and, because I know the varsity coach decently well. I used to coach my brothers, and he goes, dude, if you want to say anything, go for it. Like, coach them up. Like, you're definitely smart enough to tell them what to do. You've played longer than they have.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. And then I tell them to do something, and they're like, dude, who are you?
Exactly.
Cause I don't go to their practices, and like one kid knows me because he's the littlest brother of a kid who was a freshman when I was a senior. Goes, oh, I recognize you. And he's now a senior.
Right.
Which I'm like, holy fuck, am I way removed from high school?
Oh, for sure.
And then, so I'm like, hey, Jimmy, you should do this. And then he goes, dude, you could be like someone's dad. Or, I mean, not dad, but I'm like, I don't know who you are. You're not a coach. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
At one point, I went into a huddle, and I grabbed the whiteboard, and I was doing this, and this, and I had to end it with, oh, yeah, my name's Michael. I used to play here. And they're like, okay.
I feel that. Like, I'm 8 years removed from the sport, so, like, I am so far. I'm, like, 2 generations past anybody who knew who the heck I was. So, I've got zero credibility anymore. So, like, I go and I try to tell somebody to do something, like, yeah, you're not the head coach.
Yeah, it's
Like, who are you?
It was the toughest part, and like I can't blame them.
Oh, I'm right there with
It's
you.
like, especially if you're not at practices and you're not doing anything else with them, and you just show up for a game like, hey man, you suck, do this. I'd be like, go fuck yourself, man. I don't want you here.
We were at the we were drinking after one of the, like, because it's 4 or 5 days, so we were at the hotel bar and we were just hanging out, and one of the lifters came through. And I tried telling her to, like, go back to her room. And she's like, why should I listen to you? I'm like,
you old fucking man.
I was like, because I'm your coach. She's like, you don't even show up to practice. You're barely a coach. I'm like, oh.
You're like, touche.
It's like, you're right. I'm
gonna keep pounding these down. Yeah.
See you in the morning.
No, I really was surprised you were able to do it. I was like, he's gonna be at work, or this is gonna be have to be like a 7 o'clock at night thing, which I would have been fine with. But then I made the tea time, and then.
No, you're cool. You're cool. It worked out perfect.
This is only an hour.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start cutting these off around like an hour.
No, that's totally fair. I'm going to the beer garden after this anyways, so.
Are there multiple beer gardens around here? Or like, what beer garden are you going to?
I'm going to the Whitnell one. Whitnell Park.
Who are you going with?
Izzy Osmani. She's a girl I went to high school with. Haven't seen her in like 5 years.
This is just like a random thing.
Yeah, she's back in town. She moved to like Michigan for college. She's like, hey, are you around? I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm off work. Might as well. This is like the tour to Danny today.
Yeah,
I was at the beach with my sister and Big Mike. And then
your nieces, right?
Yep. I was playing in the sand, and now I'm here.
This is quite the day for you.
Haven't seen Michael Kuski in like probably a year or two.
A year. We did the driving range 2 or 3 times.
That's about my birthday last year.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Dude, I'm almost 26.
Dude, I feel bad. I just turned 25 and I feel old as fuck.
I'm having this realization, like, oh my god, I get kicked off my parents' insurance in a month, which, I mean, you know, I'm ready for it. But
yeah,
it's kind of that you are absolutely
you are
an adult.
100%. It's the last like 25. I can rent a car now. 26. I mean, kick to the wolves.
You are on your own.
Yeah,
figure it out. It's so weird. And now
I'll be in a box by the time I'm in 26.
It's horrible.
I'm living in a box, hands down.
That's
okay. Like a double-decker box I could afford, but 26, I'm in a box.
Do you need this to take off, or you need to convince Christine to buy you a place to live?
She's buying a house here soon, I think. No, and by the end of the summer, I'm supposed to be, and I've said it so many times, but like committed to moving to Denver.
You've been saying that for like 2 years.
Well, I was, yeah, it's so true, I have. Well, I was like, I want to go for the last 2 years,
sure.
And then last March was going to go, and then like flights got canceled, and then, you know, the whole COVID thing happened, and
Dude, the Rona.
Yeah, Rona kind of fucked me in the ass in terms of moving out there when I wanted to. I will never forget them saying, when my flight got canceled, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, can I do anything virtually for you? Because it was content stuff. They go, just like fly out in 3 weeks when this is over.
No, a year later, we're finally getting to a point where we can actually, you know, go out in the world again.
Yeah, I know. I feel back to normal now. I mean, there isn't right now. It's like I see a few people with masks. Do you still have to wear them at work?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They said that like
that's gonna be like a industry standard now.
Pretty much. I mean, we're probably gonna have to wear them like seasonally because they saw like the effects of wearing them. So like during like flu season and whatnot, we're probably gonna have to wear them 100%. But
you're used to it now. And at least it's
still
only
sucks.
I know. I bet. But at least it's only at work for you. It's not like we go home. You're like, oh, gotta go to the grocery store. Throw it back on.
Yep.
You're not like. And I mean, I still have 3 in my car that I just I put in my glove box. I'm like, one day I might need these.
Oh, absolutely.
Not throwing them away. Like, they're clean. Just threw them in my. I'm like, oh. And maybe like I'm probably gonna be with someone when we're gonna walk into one place that just hasn't had a TV on in 3 months. There's like, we're still wearing them. I'm like, well, fuck me. Here we go.
Here we go. Let me go shuffle through my glove box and find one of these. Yeah, every time like I'll throw them out and I forget that I gotta wear them into work, and it's like you gotta walk through some of the halls for me to get to my department. So like I feel like the scourge of the earth when I'm like walking through the hospital without a mask on, like, you're a piece of shit.
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have one on right now.
I think there was the first time I didn't wear it into a grocery store. I did feel weird, which I hated that I felt weird for walking in like a normal human being.
Oh yeah, you feel like you're like walking around without pants on.
I was like, and I'm like looking around, and I like it felt like I was missing something, and it pissed me off more that I wasn't comfortable being normal than the fact that like that just pissed me off more than anything. Like I was uncomfortable being normal.
Oh, absolutely. I guess my personal philosophy is like, okay, if you got the vaccine, good for you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I really don't care whether or not you did.
I did.
But
I got left arm.
Yeah, same here. But like, if you didn't, more power to you. Good for you. But like, I mean, the vaccine's been out for how long now? You could have gotten it if you wanted it.
3 months.
And if you don't want it, then you don't really care. So
Who cares?
who cares?
Exactly.
Exactly. Like, if you got it, you're protected for yourself. If you didn't get it, you're not. But you also don't care. So who cares?
Yeah.
Not
why?
me.
Why would we care? We're protected.
Exactly. I don't.
If I didn't get it, and I mean, it's exactly. Yet that's such a simple way to put it.
Exactly. It's
Makes
available.
and it makes
If you
no,
want
and
it,
I
get it. If you don't,
100%
don't.
agree. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Makes so much sense.
Uh-huh.
Yet we still argue like you're not. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, who cares? Are you vaccinated?
I am.
No, like if you're talking to someone else who's like, who is vaccinated and someone's not wearing a mask, like you're not vaccinated, you could get. I'm like, you're vaccinated. Who fucking cares?
They chose not to. That means they don't care if they get
exactly.
it. So who cares?
So both people just need to shut the fuck up.
Absolutely. Let's move on. We're past this.
For little things, sometimes silence is a good thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. This was like 2020, worst year ever. Let's just write it off and move on. What is wacky though is like I think like 2020 just like doesn't register in my mind, and I'm like, oh, I went to Disney World last year, but that was like 2019. Because like 2020 doesn't register.
I think
in my
last
mind.
year is 2019. Like if I see, I think that happens though with every year still. Like because we're still kind of. I mean, technically we're halfway through almost.
Yeah, which is whack.
We are halfway through 2021, which is nuts. And usually in the beginning of the year, I think, oh, last year I did this. I'm like, that was 2 years ago, Michael. Like last year's 2020, and that happens. Like if it's 2019, I think last year was 2017. But this one more so
because we didn't do shit.
We didn't do shit. Like we did nothing monumental, as in like we didn't really go places, or like nothing you can't do all the time, anyways.
Right. Yeah.
So like and I don't get me wrong, I still had a lot of fun last year.
Oh yeah.
And I started all this shit last year. Like I actually had a semi-good 2020. Like this is doing significantly better than last year.
It allowed you to focus on all the things that like you know normally you're like distracted doing all these other things, but
silver lining.
Now
and things,
you can just focus on this because you're not allowed to leave anyways.
Exactly. And I mean now I can, and I am leaving. But that's one of the things that people are like,
he's leaving.
Oh, you should see. Yeah, no, I'll show you later. But we out. So, yeah, no, where were we? I'm drawing a blank now.
Years disappearing.
I'm disappearing?
Years.
Oh, yeah, years disappearing.
How 2020
no,
just
but
doesn't
yeah,
feel
the
real.
only thing we did last year for me was like, I just drank in different places with the same 10 people. That's it.
Yep.
I either like, oh, I drank in this basement, someone's cabin, at a lake, on a boat, back in a basement.
Yep.
Occasionally went to a bar, but was like 90 feet away from like the closest rat. Like,
No, I didn't even waste my time going to the bars, and I had just bought the house, so like we hung out in my basement every single Friday.
Yeah.
It gets
it gets old.
Yeah, it gets real old. I shut that operation down.
You're like, yeah, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, you know, you get enough Saturdays of cleaning your house, and you're like, all right, this is enough. We need to find someone.
Oh, I've had enough of those. Like just in college when we would have fraternity parties and do the pledge, just a semester of like
cleaning shit up.
Just, let's say you had like 10 people over, and you're like, I'm sick of cleaning up like 30 cups and a few empty like wounded soldiers. Imagine waking up like legit shit hungover.
Yep.
And you get texted, be like, boys, come clean the house. Like not just the basement, the house. There were 200 people here. No one gives a and only 30 of you live there. No one gives a fuck about the house. Like, come clean. We were squeegeeing the floor. I mean,
Did you ever have any lingerers where like you wake up the next day and there's somebody just like on your couch and you're like,
no.
Well,
we were pretty good unless it was a hookup, or I just either got there late enough that we didn't see anyone. But usually, we were pretty good about kicking people out. We had sober monitors. Not really. We had how do we put it? Basically, liability people who were supposed to stay sober for the party, which I don't think anyone really did. Sober, yeah.
Only had a
few. They weren't in the mix of things, but they had a red Solo cup with water.
Absolutely.
And they were usually probably more sober than most. And they're like, all right, people are starting to file out. We like, all right, anyone
people
in the bathroom?
On the couch,
we were like,
you need to get the
just
fuck out.
go. Like we don't want you here. Also, people, if you're at a frat house, you don't want to stay there.
Dude, I slept on your couch at the frat house.
Yeah, but you were a guest.
Nice couch.
Great couch. Great couch. The amount of piss and semen and shit and sweat that had probably gone through there is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't like to think about that.
Yeah.
It was a nice place to sleep.
It's a comfy couch, though. It's a great napping couch. You lay down and like, oh, the memories that are in this thing.
Yeah, I was drunk. I tried not to think about it. Just passed out, woke up 4 hours later.
You weren't thinking about it at all if you're drunk there.
No, I still remember I was calling you for like 2 hours trying to get you back there. And we were like standing at the door. Your people were like not letting us in. It was great.
What day was this? Was this my birthday?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Because if it was my birthday, I was gone. I mean, my 21st, and we got separated. My hometown friends, my college friends, and I got lost in basically the distance between the front of the garage and the end of the garage. And then I just came back 3 hours later. No one knows where. I've asked the hometown guys. I was like, you guys were like, what did we do last night? Like, you weren't with us. I'm like, what? And I was like, was I here? And I vaguely remember just crawling into my bed and Marco's laying there. I'm like, fuck it, man, move over. And I was like, I came home at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got kicked out of the bar, I think, at 12:30.
Dude, every time I visited you up there, it was like you did terrible things to me.
Yeah,
I would black out every time I saw you.
You're not the first one, and you won't be the last one. I think I will be that person till the day I die that, all right, we're drinking with Kusky, buckle the fuck up.
Yeah, I saw you at the bar, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's, oof. You were bartending.
Oh, I remember.
I think I got carried.
You were with Paul.
Yeah. I think it was Halloween. Those are the only times I ever showed up to Madison.
Steven keeps moving these fucking trash cans. We'll just leave them here.
Steven lives here too?
Yeah.
There's a whole crew here?
Kinda, yeah. But kinda, I mean, we see Steven. I see Steven when I cook him dinner, and I'm like, hey, are you hungry? He goes, kinda not. I'm like, do you want food? Like, that's the question. Like, are you hungry? He goes, I'm like, do you want me to make you something? He goes, I'm like, fuck.
I don't understand people like that.
Exactly. And I was like, just answer the damn question. And I'll see him when I make dinner, give him his food, and then
he's gone.
Then he's gone. And he goes to work. He's in bed early. But, I mean, he's up at. I mean, he's doing construction stuff. So, but that's so him. I mean, if GQ had like a construction part of the magazine, that would be him. He is all looks, but like manual labor. I don't get it.
GQ construction version.
Yeah.
Little like open flannel.
Exactly. He'll have like chubby stuff on, but a hard hat. Like, I don't know. It's interesting. It's so Steven. He's always been like this. I call him a brand whore. I mean, he is like, if we're dying of thirst, okay, we've been walking through the Sahara for 3 days. We haven't had a drop of water, and we were offered a handful of Voss water versus a gallon of Dasani, he would take the Voss. If it came in that little Voss glass cup, he would take the Voss versus a gallon of Dasani, just because it looks cooler.
You know what?
The gas station, I'm like, dude, that's
more power to him.
It's a $6 bottle of water. That one's 99 cents, and it's twice the size.
How would you grab the 99-cent one?
Exactly. I don't. There is.
Does he have a reason behind it, or is he just like, it just looks better?
The looks. He's a brand whore. But that's. I mean, we all know
Big
people
Gucci
like
kid.
that. Yeah. I think if we gave him, like, a credit card with no limit in the Gucci store, he would walk out with the Gucci store, just because it's Gucci. Whereas me and Andrew are more. I don't like the look of any of this weird, freaky shit. I don't want any of it. I don't care if it's $1,000.
Yep.
If we walked out with as much stuff as Steven, it would be the purpose of selling it again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Versus Steven's like, this is mine. And you know
It's
what?
all
Like,
me.
that's his personality. He likes more fashionable stuff than us. I mean, I'm in a Toy Story t-shirt with a cowboy hat on right now.
Dude, Kohl's.
No, Marshalls and Home Goods, and then TJ Maxx.
Okay.
$8 for t-shirts.
That's
like
not bad.
these like graphic ones.
Dude,
and
I'm
stuff
a
like
big
that.
fan of the graphic tees. I do
Love 'em.
I do the 80% off at Kohl's, and I've gotten like N64, Zelda, Lion King.
Zelda would be cool. I would like a Zelda one. This has been my thing though, is I wear a cartoon t-shirt every episode.
Should have told me, man. Should have told me. I could have fired up Zelda for you.
Yeah, I should have, but at the same time, I'm glad you dressed like you came from the beach, which you did, because
Dude, if you would have caught me, like, literally, if you would have been like, you can come over now, I was about to show up in my swimsuit.
I would have been fine with it. I was
It's
so fucking hot in here. I had to end the last episode at an hour, and I could have gone longer with Andrew and his buddy.
Sure.
But I was like, dude, I keep doing this with my shirt. I'm sticking to it. That one I was drenched in
Dude,
sweat.
it's hot and steamy. I almost came in with the hat on. I should have wore it. I have that. You remember that camo hat?
Maybe.
Camo bucket hat.
Yeah,
Camping
yeah.
hat.
Oh yeah,
Camping
I remember
hat.
that one. I have the matching backpack. I think
The camping hat, dude.
that hat reminds me of you almost dying.
Yeah, you know, I'm halfway good now.
By the way, how is that? Like, is there any updates on that stuff? Do you get checkups on it?
No. It's pretty much it is what it is. Just hope it doesn't pop back out.
That is literally like the most scared I've ever been in my life. Like,
Do you want me to give a quick version, quick explanation of what's going on here?
yeah, let's do it. And then
Okay.
go for it.
So long story short, my brother, young Mike, tackles me to the ground, dislocates the collarbone, and the way that works out is it kind of like popped back into my chest, tore all the ligaments that hold it together. When they pulled it back out, now it's just kind of like a free floating thing that could pop back out at any minute.
That was real short. Let me elaborate a little more on that one. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
That was the real technical, like, doctor wants to get out. He's got a tea time version.
Hey, dude, you never know.
Mikey picked you up and, like, slammed you to the ground
Yes.
because he was in full rage mode, Mikey.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You were poking the bear.
Oh, absolutely.
You
I
were
had
poking the bear.
I stuck my hand in the bear's mouth.
Oh, yeah. And he bit it off. So, and you could slam to the ground. It's not like we were at a campsite. I think, like, you think of campsite, it's maybe a little bit of grass, some
And
leaves, and just dirt. And
And a tree.
it's the end of summer. It's barely rained here. It's rock hard. It's at the base of a tree, so you got like a root or something. But you got slammed in, and it popped in, and it just stayed there, right?
Yeah.
And you came, and you're like, I don't feel good, something like that. But there was a nurse there. Was it Miss Straith?
Yeah, she's PT assistant.
Yeah. So she's like, lay on the table, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, holy fuck. Like, I thought, like, all right, he broke his collarbone.
I think everybody, including me, was like, broke the collarbone. Looks like
just
this is
broke
going to
the
be a little rough
collarbone.
for
This
a
is
while.
going to be a rough, like, start of the school year for you kind of thing.
Yeah, it'll be
And
fine.
we were in college, so it's like, you weren't playing sports.
No, I was ready for it. I was like, you know, it is what it is.
But then
slept on it.
But then, like, we had been drinking, and we'll get to another story, but, like, we had been drinking all day.
Yeah.
And so we've already pissed off the parents enough, so it doesn't help that we...
This is cherry on top.
Yeah, this is, cherry on top and then a firework inside the fucking ice cream.
Oh yeah.
And it blew up right in Big Mike's face. And
Unhappy
so,
camper.
so eventually you have to go to bed, but you have a history of Pedialytes after drinking because your hangovers are so bad, and then you have to pee. Hence why my mother bought him Pedialyte. So you have to pee a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you're too drunk and you pee while you're sleeping. But not in your bed. You stand up and you go and do it. So you don't pee the bed. You just pee and other things. We'll get to that.
Not my finest moment.
So you're not going to sleep, though, at this point. So you're like, you have to help me get up to pee.
Uh-huh.
I am shit tired, drunk. I am trying to stay awake. I think I woke up 2 or 3 times to help you pee. I think 4, 5, and 6.
Okay,
let's
clarify. Help me pee. It was that I was laying back and I couldn't.
I had to
sit
stay.
myself
Yeah,
up.
I had to
You had
stand
to sit
you
me
up.
up. Yeah, I could pee on my own.
Yeah, you can pee on your own, but I had to sit you up and get you, which was a process in of it. It took longer, I think, to sit you up.
Oh yeah.
Without hurting you. And looking back now, like us sitting you up the wrong way could have really fucked things.
Oh, it could have killed me.
Exactly.
I could have been internally bleeding that entire time.
Time. And so you are
slept a nice 8 hours on
close
it.
to death at this point. You did not barely slept 8 hours. Wake up. We make breakfast. You're just sitting there like this on the
remember you had to help me
table.
put my shirt on?
Yep. Then we have to go to a different campsite, like what, an hour away?
Oh yeah.
We spend the entire day there. Well, you're at the hospital. You're at 2 different hospitals. We spend the entire day at this other place. You come back. We're thinking he's going to be better. It's replaced. Like, he's going to be in a cast. Come back. Like, you're in the same position just like this. Like,
just all
doesn't
hunched
help.
over.
You also drive a stick shift car. And we drove your car up there.
Yes.
We have to drive your car back. No one else drives stick. Mikey, kinda.
Yep.
So you're in the front seat trying to coach your little brother, who has almost killed you at this point.
Yeah, it was a bonding experience.
To drive us home. He's freaking out like, I almost killed him. Well, he doesn't know that yet. I'm in the backseat like, this is fucked up. You guys just dropped me off at home. We find out later from, like the 3rd or 4th doctor.
Yeah, 4th.
That it was like near an artery or something, and that if they pulled it out, it could cut that artery and then you would die.
Correct.
That's right?
Mm-hmm.
So finding that out, we went, at that time, Pokemon Go was a thing, and you and Mike, you were really into it. I was not, but I was like, I will do whatever the fuck you want.
Dude, that was like my last week of life.
I literally thought, I was like, this could be my last moments with you, and I'm catching Pikachus in the park with my phone.
Yeah, that's what I do in my last week to live is go play Pokemon Go.
And that is like, in all seriousness, probably one of the most scared I've ever been in my life to go to bed one night. Because I was like, I'm either waking up from a text from you in a good way or from someone else like he didn't make it.
Yeah, dude, it was wild.
And I think I woke up every half hour on the hour or like on the dot from like 3 to 9 and just like waking up. And I think your text to me was, I'm alive, bitch.
Dude, I still remember coming out of that surgery. Them putting me down was like the weirdest experience of my life because I've had a fair amount of surgeries at this point. So like I've been knocked out a few times, so I kind of know how it feels and like how it goes. Well, first of all, they threw me on the table, or they had me scooch over onto the table, and it's like this like cold like metal table, and they like strapped my arms down, and then they threw belts across my chest, and I'm like, dude, I weigh 130 pounds. Relax.
Yeah.
Where am I going? I'm 5'4". Like I'm like the size of your children. Like I'm not going anywhere. And they strap me in, and then they give me the anesthesia stuff, which pretty much makes you feel just like numb across the board, and you pass out. Well, like as it was going in, I started like coughing, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is it. I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't breathe right now. I was like, I've never felt like this. Shit, I can't breathe.
The doctor kills you with anesthesia before they do the surgery.
Right? Oh, man, I don't know, man. But, I guess it really didn't take them that long. Like, they pulled it out, and they had, like, a whole cardio team scrubbed in, ready to go.
Yeah, I can't imagine the actual, like, part. I was like, they knew what they needed. Like, it was just like just pop it out. It was the risk of what happened when they popped it out, which was
pretty
the
much.
problem. Mm-hmm. That was so fucking scary.
Heck yeah, man.
So fucking scary.
Yeah, well, they took, like, something like a clamp, and they just grabbed they, like, cut into my skin and, like, just clamped my collarbone. They like, hyperextended my arm back and just pulled it back into the joint. But now there's 4 ligaments that normally hold it together. It's just free.
Just free.
It's just free. So no more extreme anythings for Dan.
I was gonna say,
Live that old man lifestyle for the rest of my life.
Dude, at least that means rest of your life means you have a life versus.
Heck yeah, dude. I'll drive the boat, not be on the tube.
Exactly. I mean, driving the boat's kind of the fun part.
Yeah, dude.
I still like being on the tube though.
Yeah, no tube. I went tubing, and my dad from like the shore was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. Well, that would be my biggest worry is like I would have a lapse in judgment and be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go bungee jumping, skydiving, and tubing all the same day.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
And then your dad's like, I don't know, death.
How about you think about might actually cut something open this time around? Yeah, just it's crazy kind of like looking back that like, dude, I was so lucky. I slept for 8 hours on that 8 hours.
Yeah.
On
I think you peed like 95 times.
Well, yeah, that's classic me when I drink. Yeah. I gotta pee like every half hour. I got the bladder of an old man.
You don't have a bladder. It's just like if it goes in, it goes right out.
Also true. And you mix Fireball into the mix, dude, and it's like I don't remember who I am.
How are your hangovers been?
Dude,
still bad?
Fun fact, I'm endorsing multivitamins now because they're not half as bad anymore.
Really? You think multivitamins are helping your hangovers?
No joke. You know my hangovers, they were like 24 hours of death.
Oh,
every single time.
I don't get that because I'm not that
way. Since day one, it's been like I get the flu every time I drink.
By the way, it's like 4 beers and you're done.
Yeah.
You 4 beers like back then. If we had all these, by the way, do you want to keep drinking Land Sharks or do you want?
Oh, dude, I can do whatever I want now.
They're all cold, so if you want Land Sharks, let's put them in the bucket of ice.
Sure, man.
I do think we need to put that Viking helmet on though.
I'll toss it out.
Well then, if you're willing to drink 2 more beers, you can stick the straws in there.
I'm not drinking 2 more beers.
Yeah, I know.
I'm staying here longer than I should.
Yeah, I know.
Here, dude. Let it ride, dude. I'll toss the Viking helmet on. All right. Anyways, so basically, you know how like everybody is it centered enough?
Let's tuck the straws behind the ears.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, dude.
There
yeah. So like as you get older, everybody talks about how their hangovers get like worse. Mm-hmm. Fun fact, mine are actually getting better. So from like day one, got ripped out of my mind at like 17 years old. Death for like a day.
That could be part of the problem. It could be like mental too. You're like, oh, this is how I feel when I drink.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just I died.
Yeah.
It's just I died. Like, I mean, it was like the worst, like, nausea, puking all day long, can't keep food down ever. But, like, I guess I found the things I can drink and the things I cannot drink, and hard liquor is definitely on the no-go list unless it's Jaeger. And then multivitamins, dude. Oh, multivitamins. Trust me.
I don't take multivitamins.
You probably should.
I take enough single vitamins to make a multivitamin.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I probably don't. But
this is me endorsing multivitamins right now.
I take
because they've changed my life.
But your hangovers.
Dude, well, whatever.
I'm good.
If I could go on like the late night special of like any multivitamin, like and just endorse it for him, be like, just so you know, if you're getting drunk tonight, you should take your multivitamins because
men's one a day.
Men's one a day is going to keep you from getting hangovers in your late 20s. Believe it or not.
See,
sold at all Sam's Clubs.
My thing now is sugar. So I can do like a sugary shot here or there, but the minute someone's like, if I did an entire night of rum and cokes, vodka sprites, whiskey cokes, a Long Island, I'm dead. That's when I get hungover. It's headaches because I forgot to eat too, so I got nothing in me, and then I want to throw up, and then I'm dry heaving. If I do, I can mix every liquor in the world with beer and take like a few kamikaze shots. Like if my sugar's from like triple sec or lime juice, which isn't even like terribly sugary. I'm fine. If I sleep plenty, be fine. Might have like a minor headache, have some coffee, I'm good. Which thank God my dad still didn't get hungover and he drinks a decent amount still. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree on that one. So thank God. I asked him that the other like month and he goes, yeah, I don't get that hungover. I was like,
lucky bastard. I'm actually good these days.
That's good.
I'm good these days. I mean, I can't go balls to the walls. Like if I go buck wild,
Then you'll get hungover.
But like for the most part, like 6, 7, 8 beers, which is a lot for a guy my size.
If we did 6, 7, or 8 here in 2 hours, we'd both be drunk for sure.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing too. Like how like if 6, 7, 8 beers, when people say that either sounds like a ton, but then you gotta be like, hey, when'd you start? When'd you end? Because if you're like,
That's so true.
If you're like, hey, I had 6, 7, 8 beers. I started at 7. I was done at 9. You're like, yeah, I bet you're pretty drunk. Mm-hmm. If you're like, I had 6, 7, 8 beers. I went to the Brewer game the game was at 3. We started tailgating at 1. Game ended at 8.
Dude, those are dangerous games.
Yeah, but
Tailgating
like
the
7
parking lot.
hours, 6, 7, 8 beers.
Yeah,
That's
you're
one an hour. You're
golden.
golden. You didn't even feel a buzz at all. You're just. I think what you feel at that point is just like word vomit. You just don't stop talking.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Clearly, same.
Yeah. I feel your pain. No, I got that breathalyzer, so like there have been a few times where I've blown it where I think I blew like a .11, which is pretty decent. That's like 2 or 3 beers above the limit to like drive.
Yeah.
And no, water now. Wake up in the morning, cup of coffee.
I'm glad I started drinking coffee. I'm glad Cora got me into that my last semester of college.
What do you drink? Are you a creamer guy or
Straight
just
black. I went straight to black.
Yeah, don't ever put the creamer in because then you get addicted to it.
But mine was strictly out of health nut reasons.
Oh, same here.
Because it's like I was trying to not be Pillsbury Doughboy Michael anymore, and I was cutting out in such an unhealthy way.
Phase, man.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm done. I was like, I don't want to be this person anymore, and I was like, all right, I just cut all that stuff out. But I did it like cold turkey in a drastic way. My body was like, you probably need some of this right now.
Yeah, a little bit of sugar and carbs is good for the soul.
It is. Well, like it is. Like when people say when you do a really intense workout, a little bit of sugar is good for your body.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like
if it burns it.
Exactly. So if I have this bag of jelly beans upstairs, and if I'll do my workout, bunch of other stuff. When I come home and have lunch or whatever, I'll have like 4 or 5 jelly beans. Just put a few grams of sugar in my body, and that's it.
Okay.
I'm like just a little to put it back. I'm not doing Floyd Mayweather workouts where I'm like where he's down in like a bottle of Coke afterwards, which is how much sugar do you think is in a can of Coke?
Dude, honestly, I have no idea.
You want to take a guess?
I'm gonna say probably like 100 grams.
I'm going 60.
100 milligrams. Is it milligrams or would it be grams? Probably grams. I think 100 grams. I'm gonna go 100.
How much sugar in a can of Coke?
Dude, I've been eating. I get ice cream.
39 grams of sugar in 12 ounce. Yeah, 100 would be a lot. Okay, but think 39 grams of sugar in a 12 ounce, like a normal one. I think the recommended grams of sugar in a day is 30. Yeah, isn't it?
30. Yeah.
One can of Coke, and you are 30% over. Yeah.
That's why we are fat. Everything we eat has sugar.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's the biggest thing we're addicted to too, besides coffee.
And you don't realize how much sugar is in everything we eat until you go like overseas where they don't have sugar in their stuff, and you're like, wow, this is really bland.
Really bland, yeah.
Yep.
I got real conscious with the sugar stuff, so I'll try and let's be honest, we're probably, even if we are conscious with it, there's sneaky sugars. We're probably all over 30 a day.
Oh, absolutely. I am. Oh.
That wasn't even like close.
You know what? I thought it was gonna sit, and it did not.
It bounced. You're kind of high up. I need to get lower chairs.
No, the bar stools are nice, dude.
They're gonna break here soon.
Dude, I bought some off Marketplace. I got 4 of them for $20.
Really?
Yeah.
They like this?
They do not rock like yours, no.
Yeah. Well, these have been through the ringer. I bought these. I think they're $15 a piece. Back in college when I built.
Yours a little taller than mine.
When I built this bar.
Is that the Jack Daniels bar?
No, it was the Jack Daniels table.
Okay.
And then this is a pallet bar. And then Connor and I built this with my dad.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, kinda. Connor threw up in the bathroom for most of it. He was pretty hungover, yeah.
Sounds about right.
So he helped paint it.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't wear this anymore, man. It's hot as balls.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Sweating my
you
ass
don't
off
need
in
it.
this
If
thing.
you didn't have beers in there, I was gonna say you don't need to wear that at all. I bought that today, just as like someone's gonna wear it and drink.
Yeah, if I would have known in the beginning, maybe I would have slapped 2 Bush lattes in there and gone for it.
See, I wasn't sure. Like I didn't know what when you said light beer. Thank God I don't like dark either. I
Oh,
don't
dark
like-
is not my thing, but
I don't
like
like
I'll drink
IPAs.
anything light.
Same. I like Bush.
Anything that doesn't like punch me in the teeth when I drink it.
Or doesn't make your mouth go like this.
Mm-hmm. Or you kind of swallow it down and you're like, it's bitter as all hell.
Yeah, it's like I could do maybe if someone did like like we went to a brewery and like you should try this. This is like oatmeal-y or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'll have one, but I want it like give me like a taster glass.
Oh,
like
for
I'll
sure.
try a bunch of the different because they're good,
Mhm.
but they are not like when I'm drinking beer. I want to have 4 to 8 of them.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be like, and if I have one of those oatmeal-y
Well, things gonna
dark
sit
looking
in
beers
your gut.
and it sits there, it's also 10% alcohol, and you have one, you're
That'll
like,
fuck
if I
you
have
up.
9 more of these, I'm gonna be on the roof.
Oh, dude, I went to a brew house in Germantown after our powerlifting banquet for the kids, right? So of course we go to the brewery afterwards, or the
Yeah.
brew house. I had a liter of Oktoberfest. That put me on my ass. So good. Every sip of it was amazing, but like, oh my god. I finished that out, dude, and I was like stumbling on my way
It's
to the car.
the content too. Like I'm full, and it's because
It's heavy.
it's heavy, and I think the problem with the not problem. I'm never gonna complain about someone handing me a liter of beer ever
It's
for
absurd.
$10.
I love it.
So if you get that liter of beer, you're so conditioned to be like, whether we think so or not, in my head, I'm like, this beer needs to be gone in a certain amount of time.
Oh, otherwise it's gonna get warm.
Otherwise, it's going to get warm.
Yep.
So you have that mentality, but with a liter of beer.
Mm-hmm.
So you drink it, you see nothing gone, you're like, fuck. So then all of a sudden your sips become gulps.
Oh, absolutely.
And then that liter of beer, which should be should take you an hour to drink, takes you 25 minutes.
Yep. True. And then you go and you get another one.
Because you're like, oh, I've only had one beer.
Yeah. Well, we got half liters because we're like, oh, let's just do a half liter. Well, then they're like, oh, by the way, we're closing in 5 minutes.
Then you're like, oh, let's get as much as I can before
Yeah.
they don't serve me anymore. Hand me another liter. So you have a liter and a half of beer in under an hour,
Yeah.
which is,
Yeah, that.
I don't know the ounces. I'm not going to
A
guess.
lot.
But it's probably like 4 to 6 beers.
Yeah, it's a lot. I have no idea how many, but it was a lot.
And you're like, shit.
And I'm a little guy. Not a little.
Yeah.
Not small.
I
I'm
mean-
not a big guy.
Your family is the only family I know where I feel tall.
Yeah. That's well. Yeah.
When I used to go camping with you guys, I would be
Biggest
like,
guy in the room.
I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I'm the big guy right now.
Well, yeah. Dude.
Never in my life, nowhere else in my life am I going to find that.
Yeah, dude. We're little people. Little people, big world.
People are going to think you're actually like a little person.
No, dude. I'm 5'4". I'm technically. I think 5 foot is the midget for a guy.
Your sisters, though.
Yep. Legally a little person. Correct term. PC.
She's little tiny.
Yeah, she is technically the tallest midget.
Yeah,
Yep.
the tallest a midget can be, or a little person can be. Sorry.
Heck yeah, absolutely. You use little people, man. It's offensive.
Apparently, last episode I said I took a 5 milligram edible and I wanted to veg out and just relax. And Andrew goes, "Did you say veg out?" I'm
Not allowed to say that no more.
And he goes, "That's offensive to
Right.
other vegetables."
Hey, you can't say that no more, man.
Yeah,
You gotta watch your words these days.
I don't think
tough.
I don't
It's
think
tough world
veg
out
out
there.
is that bad.
I would say on probably the ranking system, that's probably pretty low on the
That's
totem pole.
probably one of the lowest, if not the lowest. Veg out.
Yeah, I don't think the veggies are gonna come after you for it.
Well, they can't, so we're good on that part.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll give you a pass this time around.
The day a veg tries to cancel me, we can cancel them for claiming they're a vegetable when they're not really a vegetable.
But what if they were a veg and they came out?
Well, then they're not a vegetable, so you can't cancel me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But they're the spokesperson.
Pick
for
your
the former
fucking
veggies.
battles, man.
They're the spokesperson for the veggies, dude. Yeah, watch your words these days, man. It's a tough world we live in.
Why is he a spokesperson? Why would I assumed it's a he? Why?
Why are you assuming it's a he?
Yeah, assuming this episode. Fuck the PC and assuming genders. Next episode.
Yeah, watch yourself, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna clip that one. That's going right on TikTok. My TikTok gets shut down after like
Dude,
6 months.
They're gonna come after you.
That's not even bad. Next thing I know, like all episodes just completely racist too. Let's just get it all out of the way.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be canceled before you get to 100 episodes.
That'll be crazy the day I get to 100 episodes. I think that's gonna be cool.
You got what are you at right now?
If you combine the two shows, I'm at 35.
That's not bad.
No,
That's not bad at all.
that's 35, basically straight weeks of episodes.
Am I your first non-Frankliner?
No, God no. To be honest,
you had Madison boys, right?
no. Actually, it's a lot of Greendale guys that I've been hanging out with, which I love those guys to death, and I thank them a lot for coming on here. And when I started this, it was one kid from Greendale, Braxton, the tending a lisp thing. That's over.
That's shut down?
Yeah. So this is technically, you could call it tending a lisp without Braxton. So I can't do, in my head, I couldn't do tending a lisp because the lisp part was Braxton. He had a lisp. So I was like, all right, I just ended the show. I was like, all right, you know what? That's just, put it on the resume. I co-hosted, created, edited, produced, all that show. This is where I wanted my own thing anyways, too.
Sure.
So I was like, let's just start my own, and this is it. And
Quick and easy, dude.
it's quick. And, I mean, I had everything, and then when I started my own, I was like, fuck it, buy the cameras. You've been saying you wanted to do it the whole time with Braxton. I think I did 2 episodes without cameras, and they came, and I haven't looked back since. It's so much cooler with the cameras.
Oh, it definitely is, because every time I check it out on the gram, dude, I'm like, wow, dude, this is pretty cool.
This is kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I've been waiting to see the setup.
It's so simple. It's so simple. I want so much more, but I have to appreciate what I have now.
Yeah, and once you move on out to Denver, how are you gonna manage that?
I just do it in the apartment.
Okay.
Which is gonna be like bittersweet, because
the garage is a sweet place.
Yeah, it started here, and I like the layout. Don't get me wrong. I wish this could look a little better.
No,
I like
totally
the
fine.
idea of looking like a cluttered garage, but this is too real almost. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I want Steven to make me something. Ooh, I made that shit.
Dude, so where does your mom park right here normally?
Yeah.
And what is that her?
That's Andrew. So I push the cars back, park some on the street, and set this up. I was crunch time. I got home. I was like, I need to eat. I haven't eaten yet. And then it's like, it usually takes me, if I set up at a normal pace, it takes me 20, 25 minutes.
Sure.
I hadn't showered. I looked like shit from the workout. And I think I did this in maybe 3.5 minutes.
Oh, dude, it's good looks, man. Good looks.
And I was like, I was pumped. But yeah, I was like, because I never want to be the person that's like, when you guys show up,
You're still setting stuff
I'm
up.
not ready yet. It's
I
like,
gotcha.
this is my shit. I should be ready when you get here. When you
for sure.
get here, you should sit down. I should hit play, and we should go. And so, like, a few times I have been like, just give me like 5 more minutes. I'm like, I hate that.
Right.
I
Because
hate
you feel
it.
rushed.
I feel rushed, and then I don't feel like as comfortable starting it
Right.
as I normally do. And so, like, the first, like, 15 minutes sucks then. And, like, the first 15 minutes need to be semi-decent for
Right. Because
people.
that's how things get rolling.
Exactly. And so, it pisses me off. It changes my mindset.
It's a good
Yeah, so, like,
thing to have for yourself.
This is pretty easy, though. Were you nervous at all coming to do this?
Yeah. I was like, I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest with you. I was like, I didn't really know what was happening. And then the fact that we just sat down and you were like, you didn't give me anything. You're like, all right, let's just start talking.
It's easy, yeah.
I'm like, all right. And then, to be honest, once you get a few of these rolling, you totally forget that this is even here.
Yeah. It's just you and I. Occasionally, you look at the camera.
Yeah. We're shooting the shit and we're reminiscing about the past.
Exactly. Now, we're at 50 minutes here. Do we want to tell? Because eventually I am going to tell your story about the last time you were ever inside this house.
Oh, we can dive into that.
I eventually want to tell it on stage, but I think we should talk about this.
I'll let you tell it so you can give as much detail as you want.
Well, you were asleep during it, so
Well, I am. This has all been told third party because I don't remember what happened. So this is totally on you. All I know is I woke up the next morning and I was like, yeah, that was me. That was me.
It's the moment, this entire bit, like I think it's the moment I realized you're never going to come back inside this house on your own, and my mom is an absolute savage.
Oh, it's absolutely hilarious.
I have never seen my mom laugh cry before,
Yes.
and it's fucking hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so like I mentioned earlier, you, during your prime of like hangovers, your first thought to Kieran was Pedialyte.
Yep.
And you started with one. Like before you stopped drinking, or once you stopped drinking and before you went to bed, you down a Pedialyte, and you said it helped. Like the first couple times it helped.
It did. It still honestly, it still does. But my problem is I don't have a bladder. So it's like you throw...
You're just throwing another 30 ounces into
Exactly. So it's like what was going to be piss all your beer out is now take that and get rid of that too.
So yeah, and then you're like, okay, these aren't working as well anymore. So you would down 2 of them.
Yep.
So you have everything you drank that night. And it's just me, but like... So you start drinking, and then I could probably do 2 more of these, and I'd be like, I need to pee. Then you break the seal, and you pee every half hour. Then you get to a point where you're decently drunk, and you just forget that you have to pee.
Yeah, it doesn't happen to me.
Then you just like, for me, it's like, after I break the seal, it's like a hour and a half fiasco where I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom every 30 minutes, because I just keep putting stuff in me. And then it's either like I unconsciously just like subconsciously just slow down, or I just get drunk enough where I'm like, I just don't need to pee. I don't feel it.
Yeah, no, man. For me, it's the seal and then half hours the rest of the night.
Yeah, so
I got to be close to that bathroom. And I will, when I got to go, I got to go.
Fair. So you have everything you drank that night. You've been constantly emptying it, but eventually...
You remember when we were Ubering home, I like ran out of the car and pissed in a tree, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And so we get back and you down 2 Pedialytes.
Yeah.
And we're in this garage. Oh, good Lord.
We were with all your Franklin buddies too.
People don't know, I have this Jack Daniels ping pong table that my dad and I painted. It's super cool. I want to bring that out soon. But so we had this ping pong table. We were playing on that all day. We had like chicken. We were just basically I called everyone over. I was like, do you guys just want to get drunk in a garage, hang out, and go do something?
That was originally what was going to happen.
Yeah. And then we went to someone's house, came back.
It was your buddy from Madison.
Yes. And then we come back here, and we go to bed. And so at the time, upstairs I was in college, and Steven was in college. So I think Steven's away. I don't have a room here. And Andrew's like, there's a bonus room upstairs. So I put almost everyone to sleep in this bonus room.
Yep.
And then it gets too crowded. And then this extra room has this bed where you can pull another mattress out from underneath it.
Trundle action.
Exactly. So I'm like, Danny, sleep on the floor. I got the one up top. And it's almost like leading up to it is hysterical too. Because I remember waking up and you are standing over me. And it was like you were trying to get into my bed. And I'm like, and I go, what are you doing? And he goes, huh? I'm like, what are you doing? And you're just standing over my bed, and like, you have my blanket. I'm like, go to bed, Danny. He goes, oh, okay. And
that's one thing I like about my drunk personality is most people are like, absolutely not. No. I am able to realize I am no longer capable of making my own decisions. I will trust whoever I trust.
Exactly. You're like, I'm kind of the same way too. If I get too drunk, if someone pushes me slightly, like I'm not walking this way.
Yeah. Or they're like, hey, you need to sit down. I'm like, you're right.
You're right.
You're absolutely right. I should sit down.
I can go both. I can go both ways.
You think I should drink a water? Absolutely.
You're right. Yep.
Probably a good move.
So that's the first time I wake up. And you are, I mean, it's light out, and you're over my bed, and you're like trying to get in. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, go back to bed. It's like
not my finest hour.
It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. You go back to bed. I wake up again. And this is going to be tough to do on this chair.
Oh, yeah. I think I was sitting cross-legged, right?
This man is crisscross applesauce on the other end of his bed like this. And his arms are out like this. And he is staring at his... Like, he's sitting where his feet normally are. And he's staring at his pillow. And I'm already, like, thinking, if I wake up and he's standing over me again, he's getting knocked out. I wake up and I turn over and he's just... like, summoning his pillow. And I go, Danny, what are you doing? He goes, huh? I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, just come to me. I go, what? He goes, I'm trying to get it to come to me. I'm like, you trying to get your pillow to come to me? He goes, and nothing came out. I go, what? And you're like, it's come to me. Like, Danny, put your head on the pillow. The pillow's not going to come to you. He goes, oh, okay. And then he just lays back down. I'm like, all right, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, I don't know what I drank that night, to be honest. I know it was a lot of Budweiser, and there was probably some liquor that got thrown on top of it, because that's usually what happens.
Oh, with me,
I'm
yeah.
good with just beer, but you throw liquor on top of it, and it just throws me into a tailspin.
Oh,
and
for sure.
I black out, and I don't know what happened.
So, at that point, I think I was like, I need to wake up, because I've seen it all. Danny tried summoning a pillow and tried crawling into bed with me. So I've had enough of this morning. And I think this was within 45 minutes of each other.
Most likely.
So I wake up and I go into the bonus room. We're all watching Netflix, stuff like that. You wake up a little after. You come join us. And we're just hanging out. And I should preface, in this room that Danny and I slept in, which is separate from the bonus room, there's this closet, and my mom kept her extra clothes in there because she basically lived by herself at the moment, plus Andrew. And Andrew didn't sleep in this room. He slept in the bonus room on the couch. And so she's got all this stuff in here. And I think people already know where we're going with this, but she goes in there, and she goes to get shoes. She has this bucket of shoes in there. I mean, girls, you have way too many fucking shoes to have a bucket of shoes.
Yeah.
In your extra closet, let's add. And my mom just screams. She goes, what the fuck? And she goes, who peed? Oh, no. Actually, she didn't see the bucket first. She's like, the floor is wet. Who peed? Danny shoots up and goes, not me. It's not me. And we're like, what the? Or I'm like, I know I didn't. And we go over, and Danny's on the floor, and you smell it, and you're like, doesn't smell like anything. It's water. It must be water. I'm like, I did grab us waters. Like, maybe you got up and, like, spilled your water, because you tend to get up sometimes.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, it doesn't smell, blah, blah, blah. We think it's water. We let it go. Everyone leaves. My mom goes back into the closet now to get shoes. She goes to her bucket, and I have never heard a bigger scream in my life. And she is like, she's like, what the fuck? She goes, this is piss. There is about 2 inches worth of piss in the bottom of...
Which I don't understand how, because,
well, let's be honest. The shoes displace it, so it looks like 2 inches. Like, it's...
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I don't think...
Dude, you got 2 Pedialites and 19 fucking beers in you.
Yikes, dude. Yeah, maybe I thought that was
at the
toilet.
bottom of this bucket. And some of these shoes, they aren't like all open-toed. Like they're, I mean, she takes the bucket out, and my mom is taking shoes and dumping piss out from the toes of her shoes. She is crying and laughing at the same time. I can't talk. I'm laughing so fucking hard. I have to text him like, dude, you peed. He goes, fuck.
Dude, I think I offered to, like, come over and clean the entire room. Yeah.
I mean,
no,
dude,
I felt terrible about it.
There was so much piss in this bucket. And my favorite part about this story is I think 2-3 weeks later we're hanging out again. And I need to come back here and get something. It's the summer.
I think we were with Sam, too.
No, it's just we were going to go see Sam.
Yeah.
And you're driving, so you come, and I'm like, come in, say hi to my mom, and you're sitting in the car like, nope, I'm not going in. I'm not going in.
Dude, I couldn't do that.
I was like, you have to come in and say hi to mom. You got to face this. It's been 3 weeks. She's not mad. She was mad. She'd be like, I don't want to see this kid again. But, like, my mom realized this is a funny story, blah, blah, blah. And this is when I realized my mom is a fucking animal. I was like, okay, Mom, Danny doesn't want to come inside. She goes, no, he has to come inside.
Yeah, she didn't let me. She didn't have a choice.
She wouldn't let him stay in the car.
Didn't give me a choice, at least.
And so I opened the door first, and this door right here, and I see, like, a few shoes on the steps. And sometimes we leave our shoes there. I'm like, people are just throwing their shoes everywhere. But then I, like, look farther up. There's one on every step.
Yeah, lining the sides of the stairs.
It's a different shoe on each step. It lined, and you don't know, the steps go up, and then it's kitchen, living room. There was a shoe from that door up the steps, through the kitchen, to the living room, where the bucket of shoes was on its side with the rest of them just like hanging out, and my mom was sitting there cross-legged with a glass of wine. You're like,
yeah,
how are you,
pretty sure
Danny?
she had a piece of paper on it that said Target here, too.
Exactly. Yeah, she did. She goes, how are you, Danny? I don't even think I made it to the living room. I hit the floor.
No, yeah, and I had to do the whole walk. I was
like, this is fucking phenomenal. My mom is the living version of that Kermit the Frog sipping the tea meme. Like, that was her. She did it first.
Oh, it was hilarious, and I'm like glad that it happened in her house, because that may not have gone as well in other places. But I will say,
can you imagine?
Only 2 times I've ever like randomly peed.
It's been with me.
Yeah. 2 times has
you
ever
pissed
happened
in
in
my
life.
roommate's paper garbage bag.
Yep, did that too.
Yeah.
Yep. I to be honest,
We stopped you on that one though.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I'm pretty sure, especially at like your apartment, it was like the bathroom's right behind me.
It was literally next door.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
It was
I've
maybe
got
a
no
foot
explanation.
And a half. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, no, you know what it is. What it is.
Oh well, man, it's a good story. Can you imagine if that was like
absolutely.
Big Mike or my dad's like bucket of boots?
Oh, I wouldn't be here today.
You wouldn't have a head. My dad'd be like, I'd break that other fucking collarbone.
Oh, yeah,
I'd break the other side of it.
Oh, you would kill me. Yeah, absolutely. I would kill me.
Yeah,
I
I wouldn't even come home. I'd be like, I don't know him. I'm not me.
Who is that
Shave
guy?
my head.
Who is that
Yeah.
guy?
I don't even know who I am. Who are you?
Yeah, no, I hear you, dude. It was those are some hilarious experiences from like the old college days.
They are, and I don't want those times to happen again. Like, I don't want us to be peeing places again. But those college days, they're not.
It's hilarious
college,
to talk about.
But they're don't talk about. But I'm still all like, I act like I'm 19.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm not gonna be.
Dude, to be honest, I'm the opposite right now.
Yeah,
man. I'm an old man.
It's all right. Everyone
Dude,
has different paths.
Dude, I'll be honest.
What's the beauty about this is like 2 different mindsets, still best of friends.
Oh heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, dude. I get excited to mow my lawn.
I think the oldest thing I can say I do is I get excited to grocery shop and cook.
Ooh. Cooking's fun. I like smoking meats.
Same.
I love smoking
Are you smoking
meats.
meat for your dad on Father's Day? We're doing 4 racks of ribs.
Racks of ribs sounds really good. I gave him some I made pulled pork on Sunday. Made that for him. But on this Sunday, I think I'm gonna do chicken wings and legs.
Chicken? Have you done chicken before?
Mm-hmm. The one time I did it though, like it was really like watery.
Chicken's tough because like you don't. I like the smoking, but there is such thing as too much smoke with chicken.
Sure.
Where it's like, because it's not as such potent of a taste as beef, I think, which can mask it a bit, and I think matches it a little better, in my opinion. Whereas like a nice smoke ring, it looks good on brisket or pulled pork, or maybe a little bit of ribs.
Sure.
If all of a sudden like your tiny chicken breast is like you got a thick smoke ring, it's just a little bit of white, I'm like, that's too much. It tastes like I'm sucking on a cigarette.
Oh, fair enough. I think all I'm doing is just wings and legs.
So those are real quick. Have you done
keep it simple.
Yeah.
Have I done salmon?
Yeah.
No. Good?
Do you like fish?
Oh, yeah.
salmon, cure it the night before.
Okay.
It takes an hour and a half. That's it. So
that's not bad.
It's so quick. So like if you want to do a day of smoking, and you're not doing like a 12-hour, 8 to 10 or 12-hour like a brisket or pork belly or something like that.
Sure. I haven't done brisket yet.
It's tricky. It'll take a few times. Like you can get it right the first time. The second time, I promise it's gonna be bad, or it's gonna be vice versa. It took me 3 times to get like a good one. The problem is it's expensive. It's like if you get a full brisket, they're like $90.
Well, that's heavy.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like doing.
But also, it feeds 15 people.
Right. Well, I like doing pork shoulder, pork butt.
So good.
Because it's like, I think I did. I went to Meijer and I bought 7.75 pounds. I think $14. So cheap.
Woodman's is pretty good too.
Woodman's, their meat's a little questionable sometimes.
I got brisket from there. It wasn't bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The pork belly
Sendik's
or Cermak.
super expensive.
Oh, so expensive. So expensive.
I've been making beef jerky too. I bought a dehumidifier.
I want to do that.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Cabela's points, and I was like, it looks like this is the only thing I want. So
I got a KitchenAid for my birthday. That's my oldness right there. It's like that's what I like. My mom still is like, and I love it. She's like, I'm gonna give you guys presents till you die, and I like that. But it's just, what do you want? I'm like, I don't want anything. And then I click. I'm like, I want to like KitchenAid. Like that's what I want. Like I'm gonna use that for the rest of my life. It's like, it's like a Yeti cooler is an investment. Like I'm gonna have that the rest of my life.
Is that yours?
Yeah,
dude, that's nice.
I bought that hammered.
Good move.
It's a $400.
I believe it. Well, I like that you got this spiked bad there too. That's
That's Steven. But like the KitchenAid's an investment. I'll have that for years.
Sure.
But like the other day I made 8 pounds of homemade butter. I want to do a whole butter thing, but like, well, that's a side conversation.
Oh, dude, I love it.
But I love cooking, and it's part of what I want to work for this butcher shop in Boulder down in.
Dude, that'll be sweet.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
And are you
and
gonna
then
bring that with?
I can bring
smoker?
depending on where I live, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I want to do I want to do like that stuff during the day, comedy at night, like comedy take over, and then cooking be a hobby that I could make money off of one day. I don't want that to be a full-time job. That's so daunting.
Well, like what's cool that you can do with it is if you just post it on like Instagram and stuff, like everything that you're cooking.
Yeah.
Like I do that with the meat I smoke.
Yeah, I know. I look at it.
Which I think it's
good.
Yeah, and I mean it's just fun for me. Like I've got no intentions with it other than the fact that I'm like, dude,
you could start a separate page, do it, and just see what happens. You should. Why not? Document your process.
Heck yeah. I don't have a good process yet. I kind of just let it ride. That's the way I roll.
I do so much prep work. I watch like 20 cooking videos and I like just average out like what I should do for each cut of meat.
The only thing I've ever like the only thing I would say I'm confident in right now is a pork shoulder. And that was just because it was like the first thing you should learn because it's the easiest one not to screw up.
It's very forgiving.
Yeah, if you jack it up, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Like the
throw some barbecue sauce on there. If it's dry, barbecue sauce makes it wet. If it's wet, it's even better.
But like the one I bought was 7.75, and I just chopped it in half.
Yeah.
Just chopped it in half, and that's 3.5 hours cook. Actually, I think it was 5.5. But either way about it, it's fast cook. And I think I just sat outside my I bought a little kiddie pool. Sat outside, smoked meat, sit in the kiddie pool, spritz it every 2 hours. Easy money.
You are an old man. All right, let's end it with this. I want to start doing this, because I had my moment before I turned 25, and I guess before you turned 26. August what?
Dude, it's July.
July
8th, man. Less than a month.
God damn it, yeah. Oh, God, you are less than a month.
Yeah, dude, I'm an old man. It's
okay, so we could do, let's put this way. Most of my friends aren't 25 yet. And because I had my moment where like I needed to do stand up before I turned 25 and like something took over my body. And I was like, just do it. I'm in love with it. Like it's what I'm going to do. And I'm happy I did it. Is there something or what is something you want to do either before you turn 26 or in the year of 26 that I can hold you accountable for
In the year 26, dude, I don't.
Or is there something you kind of want to do before you turn 26?
Dude, I got like one.
I know, but you have 3 weeks.
Okay.
But like, and that's obviously reasonable. Like, you can't
Okay, here we go.
skydive,
I
you'll
got
die.
one. I got one.
Okay.
All right, so every year I do a fireworks show, right?
Okay.
July 3rd. Place is disclosed. I do a fireworks show where I've spent $1,000 on fireworks the past 2 years.
Each year or total?
Each year.
Damn.
I mean, we split it up.
Yeah.
We split it up. So I probably spent about $250. This year is the year where if you spent a certain amount, you get a G free. So we're going to go 2 G's down on the fireworks for July 3rd. And I'm going to throw the biggest fireworks show this place has ever seen.
Okay.
Hopefully the cops don't come.
All right.
So that's what I'm doing pre-26.
Okay. Do you have a goal of like something you've always wanted to do that you haven't done yet? Anything you can think of that I can when you turn 26 as an adult, like it just like something I thought like I'm gonna ask everyone that's on from now on. I think not just because I did mine. Like there's plenty more I want to do. Like if I give you one, like I want to somehow. I'm halfway through the year, and I like when I started this, it's tough to get it off the ground, but like I wanted to have at least 52 episodes, one for every week. I don't think that's gonna happen. I want to hit at least 40 by the end of the year, and I have to do at least 40 more open mics before the end of the year.
Okay.
That's like for the end of the
your
year,
goal?
mine, yeah.
When you gonna invite me to one?
Probably 15 more in.
Okay. All right. I gotcha. I would say for pretty much the first 25 years of my life here, I've been nose to the grindstone getting my life together.
Yeah.
And I think I need to like let loose a little bit. So like I would say one thing I need to do is I need to go on like a vacation elsewhere, just me. And I gotta just get out there and go do something.
Just you, or just you and friends, or literally
it could be just
you?
me and friends, but I need to not be with family.
No family.
No
Okay.
family. No one to be like able to rely on. So like I need to go do something for me.
Yeah, so you need to be like, hey, I kind of want to live my life, not our life kind of thing. Not like your family's unreal. I love them to
Absolutely.
death. But you kind of want to feel like, hey, I'm doing my own thing. Not
Right, like
what
I
we're
want to
all
go
doing.
down south, go on a week vacation with me and friends are cool, but outside that, no family, no one to be like, oh, I'm gonna plan the trip, I'm gonna take care of you. Like I need to take care of me. That's what I need to do.
In the year of 26 or by the end of the year?
I'm thinking August because that's when my vacation is.
All right. I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going, but we'll figure that out. We got 2 months.
Can I come?
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
Well, I want to move by
South?
then, so Denver?
Oh, I'll go to Denver. I'll go to Denver for a week.
Let's do it.
Lock it
I'll
in.
hold you accountable.
Lock it in. Denver for a week, buddy.
There you go. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate
Hey,
it.
no
This was a
problem,
lot
dude.
of fun.
No problem, dude. This was fun.